Hi guys, this is Dr. Suguna. In this video, I will explain what is tuples in Python and as well as the operations which you can do with the tuples. What are tuple? Tuple is an ordered collection of Python objects with a fixed size and it is immutable in nature. Once it is created, you cannot change the values of tuples. So you can define a tuple by using a parenthesis. Okay, with this open bracket and close bracket, and within that you can mention the items separated by commas. So this tuple function also can be used to create a tuple. Now these are some examples. So you have created a tuple with the values 1, 2 and 3. You have created a, see all these data are of the same data types. You can also create a tuple with using one is that is integer, another is string and another is float. And you can also create a tuple with string, list and another tuple. Okay, so these are different ways you can create a tuple. Now, how do you access the elements in the tuple? So individual elements you can access using indexing, and you can, if you want to access a range of elements, you can go for slicing. If you want to access a single element, use indexing. If you want to access a sequence of elements, then you can go for slicing. So this is an example. So I have given my tuple as 1, 2 and 3. Now I am trying to access this index. Using indexing, I am accessing the element present at the 0th index. As before, all the elements, the starting index is 0. So you will get the output as 1. And if I want to access the element with slicing, I have to do mentioning the start and the end index. And if I don't have any index, I'll be mentioning as colon, which means that it just starts with the index 1, that is referring to 2, and it will access all the remaining elements in the tuple. So you will get the output as 2, 3. Remember that whenever I am using a tuple, then my output will be a tuple. So these are some more examples for indexing. So I have my tuple is equal to all these single characters. And I am printing my tuple of 0. So it will be referring to the first character, that is P. So that will be my output. Now if I am referring my tuple of 5, it means that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the output will be T. Okay. This will be small t. And I am referring my tuple of 6. Now what happens? The index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no element at the index 6. So it will give me an error, like index error. That is, index is out of range. Now look at this example. I have mouse 846 is a list. The second item is a list. The third item is a tuple. Now I want to access, if I give like 0, 3, then it means that in the 0th item, that is mouse, I am referring the value that is in the third index. Okay, so here within this, the index is 0, 1, 2, 3. So I will be getting the output as yes. Okay, so this is a string. In the entire list, the index of this entire item is 0. Within this item, you can also access each and every value by using the second index. Okay. So similarly, if I am referring n tuple of 1, 1, now it is referring to the item. This is the list. Within this list, I am referring the element with the index 1. So within the list, the index element that is 1, referring to the index 1 is 4. So you will be getting the value as 4. Now similarly, you can also use negative indexing to refer the item. So -1 means it will refer the last item. Okay. So it will refer the last item, which is nothing but this tuple. Okay. So within that item, if I want to refer any element, I have to use the second index. Okay. So otherwise it will refer that item. Now we'll see some examples for slicing. So now look at this example. So I'm using my tuple. I need to get the values from the index 1 to 3. Okay, so always remember that the last one will not be included. So here the index of 0 is referring to P, then 1, 2, 3. Up to this, these values will be returned. Okay, so ROG will be written. 4 will not be included. And I am referring my tuple of colon minus 7. Okay, start index is, I didn't give anything and it is referring to minus 7. Okay, so what I will get is P and R. Okay, so minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. And it is referring to the index of start to minus 7. The start is referring to 0. Okay, I didn't mention anything. So 0 up to minus 7. So minus 7 is referring to O. That means that will be excluded starting from this. So that is why I am getting only P and R. Then here it is mentioning from 7 to end. So 7 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From the 7 to the end. So I will get I and Z. Okay. Then look at this example where I have a string, then a list, then a tuple. So it is referring to 1:2. So 1:2 means it will refer only starting from the index 1. Index 1 is this list and it won't use this one too. So you will be referring only this value. Output will be 846. That's that list. Then you have minus 2 colon. So it will start with the minus 2 and it goes with the end. So you will get minus 1, minus 2. Then from this to the end. So you will get this value, this value. Remember, when you are getting the output for a tuple, it will be enclosed with the parenthesis. Then look at this one, minus 3 up to minus 1. Okay, so you will be getting like a mouse and this 846. Okay, starts with minus 3 and ends with minus 1, which means this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So it will be excluding the minus 1 and it will have only minus 2. So you will get the output like this. Now you can change the tuple elements. So how you can change the tuple elements means you can just assign some value for it. So I am giving my tuple of 1 is equal to 9, which means that this element which is present at the index 1 will be replaced with 9. So you will, whether this will be replaced or not depends on the characteristic of the tuple. Tuple is immutable, which means that the object cannot support the item assignment. Now, look at this one. Now, the third item, the index at the item at the index 3 is a list. List is mutable. Okay. The entire tuple is immutable, but the list is mutable, which means that you can change the items within the list, although it is in a tuple. Okay. So 3 of 0 is equal to 9 means this 6 will be replaced with 9. Okay. Because the item of a mutable element can be changed. So look at this example. I am just printing my tuple. So I have reassigned my tuple. Okay, so initially it was 4, 3, 2 like that. Now I have reassigned this tuple like this. That is possible. That means I am changing the entire tuple. Okay. Then look at this one. 1, 2, 2 equal to 9. So 1 is a list. So I can change the values. So this will be changed to 6 will be changed to 9. Okay. Now, tuples operations means you have several operations you can perform with the tuple, which is concatenation and repetition. Okay, and also you can do membership testing using the in operator. Okay, plus star and in operator. So look at this. We have two tuples and we need to combine these two tuples. So tuple 1 plus tuple 2. Okay, so see how I have written tuple 1 plus tuple 2. So it will give me a combination of these two tuples. This is possible. And you can use this star operator for repetition. So tuple 1 star 2 means the elements in the tuple 1 will be duplicated. So we will get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and as a single tuple. And I am testing for the membership. Membership means whether a particular element is present in the tuple or not. So I need to give an element 2 in tuple 1. Then it will return me true. So if I give 2 in tuple 2, then it should return me false. Okay, that element 2 is not present in the tuple 2. And you can also use this star to duplicate. So that means 3 times it is written. So you will get 4 by 6, 4 by 6, 4 by 6 like that. So these are the operations in the tuple which you can perform. So you can also have some methods, built-in methods associated with the tuple. These are count and the index. This count will return the number of occurrences of a value. Okay, it's not the number of elements. It is number of occurrences of a value in a tuple, and the index will return the index of the first occurrence of a value in the tuple. Now let us see an example. So now I am just writing my tuple dot count of 2. So this means that in this tuple, how many times this 2 is occurring. That is what it will return. So 2 is occurring 2 times. So my output will be 2. And similarly, if I am referring to my tuple dot index of 2. Okay. So it will return me what is the index of this value. So though I have 2 times 2, it will give the index of the first occurrence. Okay. Now similarly, look at this example. I have these values and I am writing tuple count, my tuple dot count of 2, which means that it will just check how many times this 2 is occurring, and 3 times it is occurring. So it will give me as 2. And another thing is indexing. So it will just return the index of this value. That is index of 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will return me as 5. So these are the methods you can use along with the tuples. And another important concept in the tuple is you can pack and unpack the elements in the tuples. Okay, so packing is the process of combining the multiple values into a tuple. Unpacking is a process of separating the tuple into a multiple values. Okay, so let us see an example. So I have given my tuple is equal to 1, 2, 3. Now I can assign each values to a separate variables. This is what is meant by unpacking. Unpacking means you can just assign my tuple to other variables, which means A will be having 1, B will be having 2, and C will be having 3. Okay. So if you print, you will get 1, 2, and 3. And if you see this one, numbers is equal to this one. And you can also write along with this numbers. I am including 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So I can refer like use this asterisk operator combining multiple values in a tuple. So you can write star numbers, comma, and then attach some more values like 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this packing is allowed. Okay. Using this pack operation, that is the star operator, you can add some values, but you cannot modify the values. Okay. Now see another example. So if you have a tuple like this, and I can segregate that into different variables, like name will be assigned as John, age is 25, and city is equal to Chennai, like that. Okay. So that is how I can do the values. So here I have to print name, age, and city. Now you can also use the tuples within another tuple, which is called as a nested tuples. Now let us see an example. I have 1, 2 is one tuple, 3, 4 is another tuple, and both are present in the one tuple. Okay. So now I can access the tuples using 0, 1. As I told you in the previous example, this is the first item. Within this first item, if I want to access any element, you have to use the second index. Okay. So person, you can also have like this. The first item is a normal value, string value, and the second item is a tuple. Okay. So now I can access, if I refer person of 0, it will return me John. And if I return person of 1, 0, it will return 25. And if I refer person of 1, 1, it will refer as a New York. Okay. So you can just print all those values. So print age means it will print 25 like that. Okay. So similarly, I can give some other examples like data of 0 means it will return data of 1 comma 0 means it will return Smith. Okay. And if I want to refer like this, see this example, I have a first item is a normal string, second item is a tuple. Within this tuple, I have another tuple. Okay. So this entire element is 1. Okay, entire element is having the index as 1. Within that 1, I want to refer this second item. Second item means 1, 1. Okay, and within this, I want to refer this 25. So 1, 1, 0. Okay, so again, I repeat, this is having the entire tuple is having two items. One is the string and another is the tuple. Within this tuple, I have two items. One is the string and another is the tuple. Okay. So if I want to refer this item, the index will be 1. Within this index, if I am referring this item, this is 1. Okay. So 1, 1. Within this tuple, I want to refer any value means I have to use the third indexing. Okay. So this is how we can access the multiple levels of indexing in the tuple. So similar to list comprehension, you have tuple comprehension also. Only thing is you have to use parenthesis instead of brackets. That's it. Okay. Rest of the things is same. You have to use tuple. Okay. You have to use this word tuple. There you will be using a square bracket. Here you will be using a tuple. Then you will be using a for loop to get the values. And what should be done? That will be represented as an expression or a variable before this for loop. Okay. So what it mean is for x in range of 5. So range of 5 means it will take the values from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I need to just store the values in a tuple. So if I print this my tuple, I will be getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay. So I have numbers and the same thing which I have seen in the list. I have to do, I retrieve the values in the tuple and I'm performing the squared operation on each values and convert it to a tuple. Okay. So that is what we mean by tuple comprehension. So these are the operations which you can do in the tuple. Now what is the difference between list and the tuple? See, list is represented by square brackets with the item separated by a comma. Here it is enclosed in a parenthesis. Main difference is list is mutable. Once it is created, we can perform any changes in that. Tuples are immutable because we cannot change its content. If the content is not fixed and it keeps on changing, then you can prefer opting for this list. And if the content is fixed and never changes, then we go for the tuple. And this list objects can be used as a keys for the dictionaries because keys should be hash table and immutable. Okay. Tuple objects can be used as a keys for dictionaries. This cannot be used as a keys because keys are unique, which means it cannot be changed. So that we cannot use list as the keys. But tuple objects can be used as the keys for the dictionaries because it is immutable. Some of the applications is you can, for storing the coordinates, we can use this tuple, and for representing the data records. And if you want to return multiple values from a function, then you can use this tuple. And these are some way you can use your tuples in a real world scenarios. So that's about tuples. Thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel for to see more videos on Python. Thank you.